Hi, Eric Wilson here, independent licensed mechanic with 30 years of experience. In the next short while, I'm going to show you the inside story on this 2012 Toyota rav4 so you can make yourself an informed decision. Now, coming in on the front left tire, you got about 40% tread, down but not out on your front left tire. On your brakes, you got about 40,000 K. In fact, yeah, about 40,000 K left on the front brakes. Lots of front brakes on your left on this. Coming behind the front left tire, this is the left sway bar link connected from here up to there. Now, it's important to be connected because it dampens the sway when you go around the corner. This is the left lower ball joint. Now, this is critical because it's the only thing that holds the left wheel to the chassis. That is tight. This rubber boot is full of grease. If it was leaking, you'd see rip, you'd see grease all over the place. Important not to be because it lubricates the axle going forward. That is the inner CV boot. Now, that's important. That's important not to be ripped because it lubricates the axle going forward as well. This is your left outer tie rod. Now, this is critical because it's the only thing that holds the wheel to the steering, and that is tight. Now, looking underneath here for any kind of indications of leaks, bottom of the motor, nice and dry. Bottom of the tranny, good and dry. No indication of leaks that I can see. Now, this is your exhaust, and this is the catalytic converter. Now, there's nothing wrong with it. Trouble is that people laying on the ground, reaching up with the sawzall and going cut, and you got yourself, they're going to take it to the wrecking yard, get about $100 for it, and you got yourself about a $1,000 repair. Now, if you buy the vehicle, I'm going to put on a catalytic theft protection system on it, stainless steel cables, and remember, they're laying on the ground, they're going to reach up, they're going to hit the cables and say, forget it, and move on. Now, coming across to the front right tire, about 40% tread on your Jeff Snow tires. The right outer tie rod is tight. The right lower ball joint is tight. The right outer CV boot, not ripped. The right inner CV boot, good and dry. Okay, another leak point would be right here. This is where the drive shaft comes out of the front diff, and that is good and dry. So this is the right sway bar link connected from here up to there. That's intact, doing its job. Right lower ball joint is tight. Brakes about 40,000 K, lots and lots of brakes. So brake-wise, leak-wise, suspension-wise, I don't see any issue so far. Now, following down, looking for, this is extremely clean. I mean, it's not even, I don't even see surface rust here, which is surprising for a 14-year-old vehicle. Yeah, a little bit of surface rust, but nothing major. So, coming across to the left rear tire, about 30% tread, a little less tread on the rear than you have on the front there. Okay, so definitely down but not out. On your brakes, you got brand new brakes in the back, so 50,000 K left on your rear brakes. Your left rear spring suspension intact, doing its job. The left rear sway bar link connected from here to here, intact, doing its job. Your left outer CV boot, good and dry. Your left inner CV boot, good and dry. And yeah, looking good. Looking good. Now, coming across to the right rear tire, okay, down about 30% tread, so definitely down but not out. Your right rear spring suspension, intact. Your right outer CV boot, intact, no cracks, no breaks. Right inner CV boot, right here, good and dry. Yeah, looking good. Your right sway bar link connector from there to there, intact, doing its job. Your right shock, now these shocks are full of oil, and if it was leaking, you would see oil coming all the way down there, and that is good and dry. The left shock, same thing. If it was leaking, you'd see it dripping all the way down there, and that is good and dry. So, brake-wise, leak-wise, suspension-wise, I'm not seeing anything of any issues. Yeah, exhaust, all intact, no cracks, no breaks. Okay, I got with my scanner plugged in there. You've got one code. It says O2 sensor circuit high voltage bank 1 sensor 2. Now that is the oxygen sensor after the catalytic converter. And what you need to do for that is just change up the oxygen sensor. It's about, altogether, parts and labor, a $200 job. And that will take that code out. And other than that, I don't see any issues with runnability or otherwise so far. Now, a shot of the motor while it's running. Very, very smooth. Shot of the exhaust when the motor running. Very, very clean. Now, one thing I always do is I take off the oil cap and I look underneath for any indication of white goo. Now, white goo would be a mixture of oil and antifreeze, and that's a big problem. That'd be a head gasket. Now, I don't see any indication of that on this car at all. In fact, I don't hear any indication of any mechanical issues as far as I can tell. This motor is running very smoothly, and as far as I can tell, it's been well maintained. Now, if you decide that you're going to buy on the catalytic converter to protect that, you're going to come to me and I'm going to put on stainless steel cables, top and bottom, clamp them on there. And remember, they're laying on the ground. They reach up, they hit these with the Sawzall, and they say, forget it. They move on. In addition to that, I am going to put these two things on your car. This is going to go on to the fuel line of the motor. And this is going to plug into the OBD2 port. And the combination of these two things is going to give you 15% better mileage. I know, I've done it for 30 years and it never ever fails. Now, these two are the two for free if you buy the vehicle. In addition to that, I'm going to give you two more of these because I'm going to show you where you can put them on your house, believe it or not, on the fuel, on the natural gas lines that for your furnace and for your water heater. This alone will save you 10% of your natural gas every single month, and they never ever stop working. Been doing it for 30 years, okay? So not only am I going to save you 15% on your fuel mileage, I'm going to save you 10% on your heat bill as well. Now, that's if you buy. This is the two for free. Come to me, I'm going to make that happen, and I look forward to showing you the inside story on this or any other vehicle because I am the Cowboy Mechanic.